From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Despite some sunshine this afternoon, still quite cool outside, but more importantly, all the heavy rain from last night is now pushing out of the state. Last of the showers basically across Washtenaw and Lenawee counties and heading to the east. So we check out the rainfall total since last night at midnight. Pretty impressive, really heavy rainfall. For Lansing, over 1 inch, 1.15 in St. John's, ½ an inch in Grand Ledge. Lesser amounts for Hillsdale and Jackson, but still some widespread rain all across the area. As we head into the overnight hours, quiet weather for us out there tonight. In fact, the only thing I'm really concerned about tomorrow morning is will we get any frost out there? Temperature-wise, we'll probably dip into the upper 30s for lows, but we've got beautiful weather and slightly warmer returning for the weekend. 6 News at 6 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 6.
New details have now surfaced about a widely publicized pepper spray incident involving the East Lansing Police Department. It's our exclusive story you'll only see on 6 News. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jorma Duran.
And I'm Siobhan Klepfer. The incident happened during MSU Welcome Weekend. We first showed you video of it from footage recorded on police officer body cams.
But WLNS has now obtained new security footage showing a notably different perspective, and now this footage has some raising concerns about what some say was an unnecessary use of pepper spray.
6 News reporter Zach Breeze is here for you now with an up-close look at that footage and why a former officer says this makes it a radically different situation.
It was right here behind me at Dave's Hot Chicken in East Lansing on August 24th when East Lansing police officers used pepper spray to break up what the department describes as a fight. But now new security camera footage of the incident has surfaced, causing certain criminal justice experts to say that police may have overstepped.
To me, it looked like the officer just walked in, sprayed the pepper spray without really trying to understand the dynamics.
David Carter, a former police officer and professor at Michigan State School of Criminal Justice, says police should have taken a closer look at the situation before using pepper spray. Defense attorney Jack Rucker, who is representing Lonnie Smith, one of the men charged with disorderly fighting, among other counts, says East Lansing already had the video you see here, but chose not to release it. He says that's a problem.
It is my position that this illuminates and contradicts the narrative that was put out about this incident, and that's why it was not released.
He argues Smith was simply trying to prevent a fight when he was sprayed. And after seeing the new video, Carter says it shows law enforcement jumping to conclusions.
As the officer walked in and used the pepper spray, it would seem that that was a rapid decision.
Carter wishes de-escalation had been the first option.
De-escalate the situation, find out exactly who the people are who are involved. There was at least one, maybe 2 other officers there that were present that could help control the situation.
On Friday, we reached out to East Lansing Police Chief Jennifer Brown with a series of questions after obtaining the footage. In a response from a city spokesperson, they wrote, quote, "We have no further comment on this case at this time." Here for you in Lansing, Zach Prees, 6 News.
And for our full uncut interviews with MSU criminal justice professor David Carter and defense attorney Jack Rucker, you can visit our website, WLNS.com.
After months of negotiations and a narrowly avoided state government shutdown, Governor Gretchen Whitmer signed the 2026 fiscal year budget into law this afternoon. This budget is her 7th one that she has signed into law. She says it secures long-term funding to fix issues like roads, health care, public safety, and more. And it, quote, delivers on the kitchen table issues that make a real difference in people's lives.
And following the signing of the new state budget, Michigan Speaker of the House Matt Hall held a news conference where he said it's down to an optimized size.
And so what we're doing is we're right-sizing this budget. We're getting value for your dollars, and we're setting priorities in state government, which needs to be, like I said, roads, public safety, and education. And a lot of these things that we looked at, we kind of viewed through the lens, right, is, you know, what gets the most value for your dollars.
Well, during the pandemic, schools across the country got a big boost in funding from the federal government, but that money dried up in 2024, leading MSU researchers to study how school districts responded.
And now they hope to use what they learned as a tool to help educators prepare for any future drop-offs in revenue. Our Kylie Shapansky joins us now in the studio. Kylie, what were their biggest findings?
Yeah, the study conducted by the MSU Office of K-12 Outreach looked at 78 school districts across the state. They say while more than 95% felt they were ready for the cliff, almost the same number said it had a moderate to substantial impact on their budgets.
MSU researchers say they gathered stats from the last funding cliff to know how districts could react if and when there are future reductions in funding. They say more than 76% of surveyed districts took actions like not filling openings, eliminating positions, and cutting bonuses. Tyler Thur is the Associate Director of Data and Evaluation with the Office of K-12 Outreach. He says even in the surge in money from the American Rescue Plan, many districts weren't able to use it to get on stable financial ground.
There's a huge spike in districts that felt positive and felt financially secure as the federal government increased its investment, but we didn't see a lot of entities able to translate that into long-term financial health.
They also say they found fear when it comes to the future loss of federal funding.
And statewide, there's 40% who believe that the loss or pause of this federal funding is going to be a source of a somewhat or significant problem for their jurisdiction's fiscal health.
However, they say they found a few success stories too, with some districts now making long-term gains to create local initiatives for staffing needs, capitalizing on new grants, and developing strategic planning to manage recurring costs.
As for what's next for Michigan schools, they recommend districts review their ability to manage new grants, take advantage of resources to navigate related uncertainty, and communicate regularly with teachers and community members. You can find the full list of recommendations over on our website, WLNS.com.
Kylie, thank you very much. Happening right now, the Grand Blanc community is gathering for an evening of healing, remembrance, and support in the wake of last month's mass shooting and fire at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The Grand Blanc Better Together Community Reflection is taking place at Grand Blanc's High School's Don Batchelor Field. Organizers say it'll provide the community an opportunity to respectfully gather in support of one another and all those impacted by the tragedy. Stadium gates opened at 6 and the program is set to begin at 7.
Also happening tonight, Michigan State students are marking the 2-year anniversary of the Hamas-Israeli war in Gaza and honoring the lives lost. MSU students plan to gather at The Rock, a popular campus landmark, at 6:30 this evening to paint it. And then at 7 o'clock, they'll head over to Beaumont Tower for prayer, speeches, and a vigil as they recognize and remember the thousands of Palestinians killed in the war.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, today was one of those days, at least this morning, where it was just better just to be inside, out of the rainfall and the cool temperatures, but it also made for some cool pictures. Check out this shot, our Picks on 6 pick of the day from Kelly in Lansing. Just a nice fall foliage leaf out there, sitting out there in the rain, because when it starts to rain and it gets breezy like it did today, we see a lot of leaves coming down, and boy, that trend will really ramp up over the next week or two as our fall foliage season is well underway. To upload your weather photos, our website is the place to do that, WLNS.com/share. Doppler radar still shows some showers to our southeast, but they are moving away from mid-Michigan. We are seeing clearing skies beginning to move into the region as the last of the rain showers now pushing through southeastern corner of the state. Rainfall totals heaviest to our northwest last night, and that included the airport for Lansing with over an inch, and certainly included St. John's with well over an inch as well. Lighter rainfall totals the further south you go. Check out the view on the Capitol Cam. Sunshine has returned. Temperatures have been warming up once the sun started to poke back out. We're now back up to 59 degrees. Rainfall total 1.01 and a wind gust of 21 miles per hour. In Grand Ledge, looks beautiful out there after the rain last night. Temperature up to 60, 73% humidity. No wind so far out there today. Here's the view in Jackson now. We're starting to see some clearing showing up in Jackson as well. Still cool though, 53 degrees. Thankfully calm winds and a wind chill Our wind gust today was up to 21 miles per hour. In Hillsdale, you can finally see the clearing now making its way into the area from the north and northwest. Temperature 51 degrees, humidity high at 92%. Rainfall total not bad though, up to 0.4 of an inch. Other numbers around the area, less sunshine, cooler to the south and east, while to the north and west, Ionia now up to 63 degrees, Hastings at 62, so some mild areas this evening. So we check out Precision Cast, high pressure builds in, stars out tonight. Will we see frost tomorrow morning? Possible, but it shouldn't be widespread. Lows generally in the mid to the upper 30s. Moving into the afternoon hours, lots of sunshine, temperature near 60, but not with much wind, so it'll still feel nice out there. The coldest of the weather is going to occur Thursday morning, lows in the low to the mid 30s, so we likely will see some widespread frost and possibly a freeze out there. As we move into Thursday afternoon, the high is slipping east, and that'll start to transport warmer air back into the region, especially for this weekend. Tonight's forecast, your low temperature 38 degrees. That's a little bit below average once again. Tomorrow's forecast, we'll see temperatures topping out close to 60, light winds, but lots of sunshine tomorrow, so it should be a very nice afternoon. The 6-day forecast by the weekend, Friday, homecoming parade for the Spartans. I think it looks good, just a few clouds around. Saturday for the game, perfect football weather, highs in the upper 60s. Sunday and Monday are mild, but then cooler weather returns after showers move through Tuesday with lower 60s by next weekend and a system in the area, so maybe some rainfall next weekend as well.
Okay. We've been spoiled. You know, a change was inevitable.
Yeah.
But 80s yesterday.
I know.
Yeah.
So such a distant memory now.
It is. It really,
That
especially
quickly-
when we woke up this morning and it was
Yeah.
like, whoa, here's
something
that cold
happened.
front.
Just dark and rainy and blah.
Yeah, blah.
Blah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, David.